just wanted to record a short video because this job I did on this car took me way longer than it should have done, and I looked for a video for this information and couldn't find it. So I just thought I'd do it before I put the car back together. This is a TDI 1999, the old type, not a PD, and I had a squeaking belt, and it was caused by this tensioner having worn out basically. So the belt comes on an angle and goes back onto this pulley on an angle, and that causes a noise. So because I didn't know what I was doing, I unfortunately have taken the whole front of the car off. So this is just hanging on. What I didn't know was you can get this off. I've just got the more grips on there because it's a bolt. I'll show you. There's a bolt here, look. That is a bolt. And it comes out the back, so you just reach in underneath the alternator. I can't reach it now. And there it is. So you need a hex, I think it's an 8mm. Yeah, it's an 8mm Allen key, and then put some more grips on the front. And that assembly comes off, which is nice. I think you can probably do it with the radiator in place, because the fan sits here and there's a bit of room for it to move forward. Then of course this can come out, so this was the other nightmare, this thing. I didn't know how to get this out either. Turns out it's a nut, so it comes apart as an assembly, and there's a nut on the back of it. So again, you reach around behind there. So I tried undoing the bolt on the front of it, and there was no joy with that. So just to clarify, here's the new one. Look, I've cut this one to pieces. That's why the spring looks different. I'll just take it apart, and inside is a. Bear with me. Inside is this component, and it slides up and down that hexagon there. So this does not rotate, and it rotates against this plate here, the cone-shaped insert, which is giving it friction, and like, that's the spring, and that's the damper action, the friction against those two cones. So this can't rotate, and that means it's got a hexagon shape on the inside. But if you look carefully, you can see it's worn. At the bottom, it is quite thick, and at the top, it's not. So that has allowed it to tilt like this, and when the belt is pulling down on this, it means that this assembly doesn't sit straight anymore. It sits slightly on an angle like that, and that's why you get your squeaking belt. So unfortunately, don't do what I did and try and get away with it. Buy a new one. They're bloody expensive, but it should stop the squeaking. And you should be able to do it without taking the front of the car off like me. I hope this helps somebody. If it helps one person, it was worth recording.